to going into a road environment and having success, you think?
I think the biggest key is our communication from the coaching staff to the players, leaders, locking in. I think obviously we want we were a bad road team last year. I wasn't here, and then starting with Arkansas, we felt like a very bad loss, and we kind of wanted to change the culture that we had in our away games and locking in more, communicating more, and understanding that we got to play 10, 15 points better on the road. And I think we done a really good job of just staying together and understanding that regardless of the shots, offense, we know that defense travels. So I think that's probably been the best thing for us so far, getting these wins, and that's gonna be the biggest key going into this game.
You just mentioned leaders. I wonder, a bunch of guys at Kansas that have been here a long time, but guys like yourself and Shaq who have played a lot of college ball too.
Yeah.
How have you, and maybe if you could speak for Shaq too, taken to the idea of, am I a leader, am I not a leader, how do I do that? How has that gone throughout your first year here?
Yeah, I know for sure. I never questioned if I was a leader or not. It just understanding how to implement myself in a group with people that have been here, even though it's a new environment. I always feel like I'm a leader, regardless of who's around me. So I think, obviously, knowing that Juan, KJ, Hunt, those guys have been here, but Juan and KJ specifically have been here for a long time, so they understand the culture. So understanding that to be a leader, sometimes you don't got to be from the front. It could be from the back. It could be leading by example. There's 1,000 different ways to lead. So I think for me, guys like Shaq, guys like Zeke, just understanding that we are going to be in the game, we are going to have minutes. So how do we stay together? How do we keep everybody together in our roles? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's been a thing. But also, what's good about our leaders is they allow us to be us. So Juan, KJ, Hunt, they allow you to allow you to communicate. And I think talking and having energy and having that type of presence has been probably my main thing to help keep guys together.
Did you ever have conversations with those KU vets about where do I fit in? How can I be a leader? Do you want me to be the leader? Did any of that ever come up even briefly?
Like Juan and KJ?
Right,
those type of vets?
right.
Yeah, for sure. Understand, like when I first got here, they kind of, obviously the first thing that they probably witnessed was my competitive edge. So by seeing that, they just told me like, we need that. We need you to be competitive. We need you to talk. We need you to be yourself, because it brings a lot to the team. So regardless in or out of the game, on or off the court, that's probably been the biggest thing that we've talked about, and coaches as well.
Okay, that was my next question.
Yeah, coaches as well.
I'm curious, looking back, you had the 3-point dip streak, whatever you want to call it. Have you had a slump like that shooting the ball in your college career before?
Yeah, I took a lot of shots last year, so I definitely had slumps like that. It's normal. Like, every game ain't gonna be a good game, but I think the difference here is just finding my rhythm. Understand that it's so much talent on the team, so, and I'm still learning. Like, I still been here. It's like 5 months been here, so I'm still learning like the offense and where I get my shots, how comfortable I am coming off the bench, and I had to probably make the biggest adjustment just to fit into what we got going on. So it's a learning curve every day. So
yeah, leads me to my next question. You different role at your previous team.
For sure.
What is it like trying to get back in your own flow while also knowing that, hey, you're out there for 10, 15 minutes instead of 30 plus?
Yeah, I think once you put your pride and ego aside, it's easy. But that's probably the first thing. Like, you want to be in the game, you want to impact the game, but you also understand that it's bigger than you. So I think I knew that coming in, obviously, because I needed a waiver to play. So I had to wait late, get here late, got here the weekend school started. So I understood like my role is gonna be different. I'm late. I just gotta find a way to fit in. So I don't think it was really hard to do mentally, but on the court it's definitely hard, because imagine doing that and then playing at the highest level of college basketball. So it's like that's an adjustment too. So, but overall it's good, and my teammates and my coaching staff has been great help.
Yeah, and looking back to the other night, when the shots do start falling, I guess what's that like? Do you feel like that's something that is easy to carry that momentum forward?
It's really hard to answer that, obviously, because you never know. You could do everything right and still miss. You could do everything right and still lose. Yeah. So it's like I'm not really thinking about. Obviously, I want shots to go in, of course, but I'm really not thinking about that. I'm just making sure that before I practice at night, making sure I get all my reps, making sure like I'm locking in on the right way to shoot, the right way that I make shots at the highest level, and then living with the result then. But I feel like there was a lot. I was turning on my shot. I was leaning back. It was short. It was left. So I had to really lock in on like what I was doing on my shot, and then working, making sure I work out in ways that's productive for what's gonna happen on the court. Like where I'm gonna get my shots, how different things out of the pinch post, different things out of kick out of the post, and understand that Hunter's gonna get doubled a lot. So I have to be ready to shoot in different ways. So I think that's been an adjustment. So I hope I can keep building on that, but I understand nothing's promised.
One more.
Diggy, you mentioned the loss at Arkansas. You guys really took that much away from an exhibition game, and how much did your road identity change that you mentioned? What did that change?
Yeah, I think we definitely did. I think we definitely took a lot away from that, just knowing that we weren't ready to play, and understanding that that's something that's been going on from last year, and that we know we had to change. And actually, our strength coach does a great job talking to us every day. That was something that he emphasized. You know what I mean? Ram emphasized like, yo, we really not good on the road, so we have to figure that out. And that's something I think it's been emphasized before the season, but obviously losing hurts. So every time we lose, it's something we got to lock in on. But I think we definitely had to change our approach as a team and as a unit. And I think the coaching staff done a great job communicating that. And I think the players and our leaders have done a great job echoing it.
How important was KJ coming back?
Super. I think KJ and Juan specifically are definitely undervalued players because just their presence just changed the game. Like KJ's presence changed the game on the defensive end. Like regardless, he can have 0 rebounds, but it feels like he has 25. Like he has that type of impact on us, and we know that we need him every night. Like we feel it's just a different team. Even though we had Juan out, it's just different having KJ on the court, understanding that somebody can score so many points, but you still feel like you got the best defender, best overall player on your team every night. So it's a different type of, and you know he's gonna play hard. So it's just, it takes a lot of pressure off of every position. It takes a lot of pressure off Hunter. It also takes a lot of pressure off the guards because he can dribble, he can attack, he can make plays, and then he can lock you up. So
Thanks, Diggy.
for sure. Appreciate it.